Have you ever filled out a form on your iPhone and wished you could just tap a shortcut instead of typing everything out? It can be a real hassle, right? Well, today we're diving into how to get those handy shortcuts for contact information in your own iOS apps. I totally get it. When you're in Safari and you can just tap Robert instead of typing your name, it feels like magic. But when you're developing your own app and you want that same convenience, it can be frustrating. You're definitely not alone in this. So, here's the question we're tackling today. Can you get similar shortcuts in a native iOS app using UITextFields? One user asked if there's a way to mark a field so that the keyboard will offer these shortcut suggestions. Let's explore this together. To understand this, we need to look at how iOS handles text input. When you're using UITextFields, you can enable features like predictive text and shortcuts, but it requires some specific configurations. Let's break it down step by step. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip that can make your app even more user-friendly. You won't want to miss it. To enable shortcut suggestions in a native iOS app, the user should start by configuring the UITextFields properties. Specifically, they need to set the text content type. Next, the user should ensure that the UITextFields is set to allow for autofill. This can be done by using the appropriate text content types for different fields. After setting the content types, the user should also ensure that the UITextFields is properly configured to accept user input. This includes setting the delegate if needed. Finally, the user can test the UITextFields in their app. They should run the app on a device or simulator and check if the keyboard offers the shortcut suggestions as expected. Fun fact, did you know that the first mobile phones didn't even have keyboards? They relied on physical buttons. Now we can tap and swipe our way through forms with ease. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. One user suggests a workaround for autofill issues in native iOS apps. If you have both email and password fields, the keychain detection can interfere with autofill for the email field. To resolve this, they recommend disabling the keychain for the password field. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. An alternative solution from a user for enabling email suggestions in UITextFields on iOS 13 involves setting 3 specific properties. First, set the text content type to email address. Second, adjust the keyboard type to email address. Finally, enable autocorrection. You can implement these settings either programmatically or through the storyboard. That wraps up that answer. Let's move on to another one. One user found that by disabling the autofill option in the keychain settings on iOS 13.2, they could get email suggestions in their UITextFields. They achieved this by setting the text content type to email address. Here's that quick tip I promised. Always keep your app updated with the latest iOS features. This ensures that your users have the best experience possible with shortcuts and other functionalities. And there you have it. You can now implement shortcuts in your UITextFields just like in Safari. Remember, making your app user-friendly is key. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips, and don't forget to check out our next video for more iOS development insights.